Hey guys, and welcome to the Dota 2 how-to guide for playing Legion Commander. This is a quick guide to give an overview on skills, suggest a skill and item build, and give some general gameplay tips. Legion Commander is a melee strength-based hero who really fills out a carry role. Most people I see play her in the jungle, but I tend to play a safe lane, and I've actually seen it work considerably better than having her as a jungler. She starts out with 26 strength, 18 agi, and 20 int, and gains 2.6, 1.7, and 2.2 respectively, giving her solid health and damage with a reliable mana pool. Her first ability is Overwhelming Odds. This is a ground targeted AoE with a radius of 315 and a cast range of 1000. The ability will deal 50 to 200 damage plus 14 to 20 additional damage for every unit it hits. Summoned units such as illusions will take a bonus 25% of their max HP as damage. Elsie will gain a move speed buff of 9% per hero plus 3% per any unit hit for a duration of 7 seconds. This ability has a cooldown of 18 seconds and a mana cost of 100. Her second ability is Press the Attack. This is a targeted buff that can be self-cast or used on allies and will grant 60 to 120 bonus attack speed along with 30 to 60 HP regen for a duration of 5 seconds. This ability has a cast range of 800 and a cooldown of 16 to 13 seconds with a mana cost of 80 to 110.
Repositioning.
Her third ability is a passive, Moment of Courage, which grants Legion Commander a 16 to 22% chance to gain 20 to 80% lifesteal when she is attacked. This cannot proc more than every 1.2 seconds, and the lifesteal is not considered a UAM, it is given as a buff instead. Her ultimate is Duel. This has a 150 cast range and challenges the opponent to a duel, effectively taunting you both onto each other and muting you both for a duration of 4 to 5.5 seconds. If one of you dies within the duration, the other will gain 10 to 18 bonus damage permanently. This has a cooldown of 50 seconds and a mana cost of 75. It's worth noting that Moment of Courage still works while dueling. Item-wise on LC, getting a stout shield and some tangos along with a salve and some ironwood branches is a good start, and work on getting phase boots and armlet of Mordigian as fast as possible. Phase allows you to close the gap to get to duels very easily, and armlet gives you extra health and attack speed during duels to keep you alive a little longer and hopefully kill them. Beyond this, I like to head for AC and follow it up with the Desolator. This is because Desolator still works while you're muted and AC gives a lot of attack speed. Getting a Basher and going into Abyssal Blade gives you great teamfight utility outside of duels because you can still bash people and lock them down. So it's well worth getting, and the final item is situational really and should be bought somewhere earlier into the game depending on how much you need it. Items like a BKB to deal with a lot of stuns and lockdown, or a Blink Dagger to engage on duels a lot easier and go for like really snowballing. As I said, both of these should ideally be bought earlier into the game, possibly before the AC or Desolator depending on exactly how the game's going. And also Mjolnir is a good item to get as a swap out for AC or Desolator because it's a huge amount of attack speed extra. Skills wise on LC, I like to play her in lane, but the skill build's fairly similar to that of what you get in jungle. I take Overwhelming Odds at 3, 12, 13 and 14 with Press the Attack at 1, 4, 7 and 9. Moment of Courage at 2, 5, 8 and 10, and your ult whenever possible and stats when you have to. This gives you huge early game attack speed and regen along with lifesteal for fighting and duels, and you do have that 1 point in Overwhelming Odds just to get a little bit of damage out before you start dueling them. General gameplay wise, block creeps on the way out to lane and play for last hits only, with possible harass if the enemy hero is melee. LC works incredibly well when paired with support such as Lion or Lina or any with a huge sort of nuke potential to try and get you the dual kills very early on. So essentially, if you can ask your supports to pick a hero that works like that, and work on getting 6 as fast as possible, but hold off on dueling till your support is 6 as well, because you're going to want that nuke. If you get a dual kill, you're going to want to push your lane as hard as possible while they're dead, and repeat this until they either leave the lane because they're dying quite a few times, or until the lane falls. Then you can begin to roam, which is where LC really shines, moving into other lanes and dueling as much as you can, while farming creep in the jungle between duels. You should be able to stay fairly full health while farming, or generally you can actually regen health while farming because of the lifesteal you have. Now, this keeps you a solid GPM, and you've got to remember you are a snowball carry and have unlimited snowball potential. So LC actually does work really well even for pulling back from bad games just by winning duels. Into the mid game, look to smoke gank as much as possible and either duel the enemy hard support or hard carry depending on how fast they will die and push with your team. Into the late game, you should be dueled to the point of being essentially a one-man wrecking machine. And you're going to want to push very hard with your team, dueling the enemy hard carry in fights as they should go down very quickly now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this guide and found some useful info here. If you have, please remember to leave a like, and if you have anything to say, leave a comment. Also, for more Dota 2 videos, guides, and even some Hearthstone videos now, subscribe to my channel. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.